And a jury has found a D.C. woman guilty of involuntary manslaughter in a crash that killed 3 men. Today's verdict comes 3 years after prosecutors say Nakita Walker was driving under the influence and fleeing a traffic stop when she slammed into a rideshare. Thanks for joining us for News 4 at 5. I'm Erica Gonzalez.
I'm Sean Yancey. Walker was driving 100 miles per hour on Rock Creek Parkway at the time of that collision. News 4's Paul Wagner was in the courtroom when the verdict was read and joins us live with the very latest. Paul?
Well, Erica and Sean, Nakita Walker had no reaction whatsoever to the verdicts today. Those verdicts not only including 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter, but she was also found guilty of fleeing a law enforcement officer and assault with a dangerous weapon. The families of the 3 victims in this case were not in the courtroom today, but Nakita Walker's friends and family were. They had no reaction when they left the courthouse today, but we did hear from Nakita Walker's attorney, who said that his client, I should say, maintains that it was an accident that night, and she's deeply remorseful. Just moments before the March 15th, 2023 collision that killed Mohammed Kamara and the 2 passengers in his Lyft, Nakita Walker was pulled over for speeding by an officer with the U.S. Park Police.
Is there a reason we're driving like 80 miles an hour, blowing red lights?
Walker is seen in body camera video telling the officer she was trying to get home to her son, who was by himself.
How old is your son?
He's 10.
But as the officer questioned Walker's passenger about the drink he had in his hand and the weed he had in his pocket, Walker decided to speed off. A witness testified Walker reached speeds over 100 miles per hour before slowing down just before the crash. Donnell Thomas, Walker's passenger, seen here leaving court last week, testified he was concerned about Walker's behavior that night and suggested more than once that he should take the wheel. Walker's attorney has always maintained what happened that night was an accident.
Yeah, it's a difficult case because it was clearly not intentional. I mean, she has a lot of remorse for the family. I think the biggest issue here is that it happened. It was an accident, and I think she feels terrible about it. And if you saw when one of the witnesses said that her son didn't get to make it to 22, she lost it. She broke down. She couldn't hold herself together. I mean, it's a very unfortunate situation.
Jamie Carter, who prosecuted the case for the U.S. Attorney's Office, declined to comment.
No, thank you.
News 4 previously reported that Walker had 3 prior DUIs, and the car she was driving had $12,300 in unpaid photo-enforced traffic tickets. Walker is now 46 years old. She has been locked up since her arrest in 2023 and now faces years in prison. According to the D.C. Code, she faces up to 30 years in prison on each count of involuntary manslaughter. Now, Nakita Walker will remain behind bars until her sentencing. Now, it's very common for a pre-sentence report to be done and given to the judge so that the judge understands exactly what Nakita Walker's background is. The judge will get that report, and then the sentencing will be held on June 5th. That's the latest here from D.C. Superior Court. Now back into you.
Paul Wagner. Thank you, Paul.